Notre Dame football starts their playoff push on Friday night against the Indiana Hoosiers at home in Notre Dame Stadium. All eyes will be on the Notre Dame offense, quarterback Riley Leonard, to see what this team could do against one of the better defensive units in all of college football. It's going to come down to a strength versus strength. Can Notre Dame run the football against the best rush defense in all of college football? Let's talk about it. Ryan Roberts, A to Z Sports, breaking down everything you need to know Notre Dame football as they begin their playoff push this Friday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Only playoff game of the day against the Indiana Hoosiers for the battle for the state of Indiana, which is a very just strange thing to think of. You know, a few weeks ago we were talking about maybe Alabama coming up to South Bend, but Notre Dame has to win out the states before they can go down to the state of Georgia to play the Bulldogs potentially. So let's talk about and get right into this Notre Dame offense, because I feel like Notre Dame fans, for the most part, have a really strong conviction in what the Irish defense can do on this type of a setting under head coach Marcus Freeman, defensive coordinator Al Golden. But there is less certainty just about what offense is going to show up and how good it is going to be. And a lot of the headlines are going to be around, obviously, quarterback Riley Leonard, but I really think that the biggest matchup of the weekend is a strength versus strength on both sides of the ball here. It's on, for the Notre Dame offense, it's the run game. It's Jeremiah Love, who's back to right around full health, as far as healthy as you can be in December, obviously. You have Jadarian Price, you have Riley Leonard, and the running aspect that he brings to the game as well. This team is averaging right around 225 yards rushing per game, 6.3 yards per carry, one of the most dynamic rushing teams in all of college football on just basically every metric. There's even some metrics that would argue that Notre Dame is the best rushing team in all of college football. You're going to be facing off against a Indiana defense that has done nothing but consistently stop the running game for the opposition all year, averaging just to let up slightly over 70 yards a game on the ground and only 2.5 yards per carry. Now, context, sack yardage is taken from the rushing total, so that's going to help out with that conversation a little bit. But regardless, this Indiana Hoosier defense is tremendous stopping the run. On defense for Notre Dame fans, you want to keep close eyes on CJ West, who is their talented nose tackle, who's actually a Illinois kid that started his career at Kent State. He's a big body, 6'2", about 315 pounds, probably generously listed there. You got James Carpenter, his fellow teammate on the interior, former James Madison player who has 5 sacks and 10 tackles for loss this year. Their big guy up front, though, as far as their playmaker, is defensive end Michael Kamara. Now, he's only 6'1", 265 pounds, but he's one of the most disruptive defensive ends in the Big Ten. Just has been tremendous this year. And on the second level, you have one of, if not the best, at least most productive inside linebacker in the Big Ten this year in Aiden Fisher. Also a James Madison transfer. His counterpart inside is Jalen Walker on the second level. This team is physical, they are experienced, and they're aggressive. Now, I do believe that Notre Dame has the horses in the backfield and the offensive line, at least how they're playing now, to be able to have success in this run game. And obviously, outside of the Ohio State game, Indiana hasn't really seen a ton of teams that are incredibly talented and gifted in running the football. A lot of great rushing offenses. So I do think that that number is a little bit skewed. And I think at the end of the day, Notre Dame, in what will be a cold environment in South Bend, I'll be there, by the way, and it has a chance of precipitation, it is going to be a physical running football game. Can Notre Dame establish the run? That is the biggest question. And if they do, then the pass game will come, and I think Notre Dame has a chance to run away with this one, but it'll all come down to, for me, offensively, if Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price, and Riley Leonard get things going on the ground, that'll be the recipe for success. All Notre Dame fans are going to be in South Bend on Thursday or Friday. Make sure to say hello. Be there all around. If you are coming to the game, make sure to comment below, and maybe we'll have a chance to meet up at some point for this football game. Folks, here starts a hopeful long playoff run, and you all know the drill in this channel. It's always the same. Go Irish.